I'm here with the legendary Anthony Stewart Head. How are you?
I'm legendary.
Legendary? Amazing. So there's a few different things I want to ask you some questions about. The first one, I'm going to go straight in there with the acting. You've done so many epic roles, so much good stuff. Have you got a favourite of everything you've done that's been the most fun to be?
I guess Frankenfurter. Just because he was so outside the box, and he taught me a few things. But I must, I've been so fortunate to have done such a variety of things. And I mean, Giles was pretty cool, and I loved the show. It was difficult being away from my family, but at the same time, I'd just started class out in LA, and that changed a lot of my attitudes about acting. And so that, and I don't know, I did do a play a long time ago called Rope, which I got some really nice reviews for. That was cool, playing Rupert Cadell. But it's a great gig. I love my gig.
Well, I like that you do it as well, if that helps.
Well,
amazing.
Thank you. I get to be paid for what I love doing.
Me too. Okay, so as well as the acting, you've recently released an album, which we have in front of us. I had to listen to it, it's really good.
Thank you.
You've got Behind Blue Eyes on there. Funny story, I was just listening to that and I was like, I'm sure I know this song from somewhere. Dan just pointing out to me that I know it from you singing it in a really early episode of Buffy.
Well,
is that right?
It's also a Who song.
Yeah, but I didn't know that. What I'm saying is I recognised it as you singing it.
Right, well, yes. I've been asked for some years to do a proper cover of it, because I only did the first verse and a half, I think, on Buffy. And I didn't know how to, because when it goes into the middle eight, it goes into full rock. And I thought, well, that's going to sound really naff on a guitar. Anyway, I came up with the idea of doing it as a piano song. I got a friend of mine in LA to do, Tom McDonald, who has a wonderful feel for chords, and he laid down the track for me. The truly international way that you can record now. And I think it works. It's a really gentle rendition. It's actually quite an angry song. It was written originally as a forerunner of Quadrophenia, I think.
Okay.
And it's about a slightly dysfunctional person.
Excellent. Well, you made it sound lovely. So
Thank you very much.
So you're in Dominion at the moment, which is on the Sci-Fi Channel on Thursday nights. I watched the first episode yesterday and really enjoyed it.
Cool.
The thing that threw me most was your American accent, though. I felt like you were dubbed. I was like, that doesn't have an American accent. Are you enjoying doing that?
I am. I mean, I must admit, there was a lot of indignance initially from American viewers, basically saying, why did they get Anthony Head with his lovely voice? Why is he doing an American accent? Why would you do that? And it's basically because it's an American character. I'm an actor, and basically it was, it's written as an American character.
Do you think they were just upset that Giles isn't what all British people are like all the time and that they're able to be anything else?
Well, the character, David Wheel, is an odious piece of work, but he's just very Machiavellian. He's just extremely manipulative and great fun to play.
No spoilers, I'm on the first episode, careful.
I think you probably get that picture pretty quickly. Yeah. It doesn't take too long to work out that he has an agenda. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I've always felt with people that they say, oh, you're playing a baddie now. He doesn't wake up thinking I'm going to be bad today. Yeah. He wakes up with an agenda that he needs to fulfill, that he's got stuff that he wants to, and if he just happens to trample on a few people on the way, tough,
Yeah. Well, I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to watching more, and apparently it's just been renewed for season 2. Is that right? Yeah. So that should be good. Final thing I wanted to ask you about, segueing a little bit now, going somewhere else entirely. I'm a dog trainer. I have just found out that your partner is Sarah Fisher, who's a big name in dog training as well, which I was completely thrown and amazed by. You have started something called Cool to Be Kind with her. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, Cool to Be Kind is basically a way of raising funds for animal welfare organisations that don't have the resources to pay for merchandise. Because it costs quite a lot to churn these things out, even though they're just little wristbands. Being able to pay for the initial run on something like that is quite a drain on a welfare organisation that is struggling anyway just to buy food for the animals. So Sarah had this idea at the beginning of the year. Wouldn't it be a good idea if we started something where the logo is simply Cool to Be Kind, and it's got 4 little animal prints on it, so that it's just about being cool to be kind to animals, all animals.
Yeah.
And so we send out a starter pack of 30 free to any organisation, an animal welfare organisation that writes to us, and they sell those for €3 a piece, and then whatever they want to do with the money is their business. They can either pocket it and put it into animal feed or whatever, or they can then buy more wristbands at cost price. I think they're about 20p a time, and again sell them at a profit. And so therefore it's a great way, if you wanted to donate money to an organisation, instead of donating the money straight, you donate our wristbands at cost price, and they can basically sell it 10 times the amount. So it's an extraordinary way of generating money for organisations that are too small to be able to do it themselves.
Yeah.
And since the beginning of the year, we've now got we've given away or sold about 23,000, and we've got about 80 organisations worldwide on board. So it's really cool.
And how can people get involved? Is there a website or something they can buy them from? Or?
If you go to Cool to Be Kind, if you Google it, you'll see there are various avenues. And tillyfarm.co.uk is our workplace, or Sarah's workplace, basically. And there's a link to that, and there's also a deeper explanation about it.
I love it. I love the simplicity of it. I think it's such a great idea.
It's such a great idea. And basically, I just go to friends that I work with and say, would you have a picture? Would you like a wristband? And they have a wristband, and I take a picture of them with one on. And the sales did kind of rocket when Benedict Cumberbatch had his picture taken with one. But I've had to, Eve's had her picture taken with. We've got.
I think I've ever seen Seth Green with one.
Oh yes. Sarah Michelle Gellar. We've had lots and lots.
Amazing, really, really great. Final question before I let you go is, what's your favourite ever episode of Buffy? I have to ask because I'm a giant Buffy fan. Quick.
There are a few. In which case it has to be Once More with Feeling, just because it's took a long time for we talked about it in the pilot about doing a musical, and every season I'd say we're going to do one, no. And then one year this CD turned up with Joss and his wife singing the songs. It was like, oh my god,
it is amazing. I think that's my favourite episode of anything ever, not just Buffy. It's amazing.
It didn't get an Emmy.
That's ridiculous, isn't it?
Insane.
Furious. Thank you very much, Anthony.
Thank you.